Secretary Alabastro, the Secretary of Science and Technology, is a partner of TBI and Ayala Foundation in our Lab Tech Network project. She was appointed the Secretary of Science and Technology in March 2001 and then reappointed in August 30, 2004. She was an Undersecretary of Research and Development from 1995 to 98 and the Executive Director of the Philippine Council for Industry and Energy Research and Development. She has spent much of her career within the DOST and is a respected professional. She is a registered chemical engineer and a career executive service officer.
Good afternoon to everyone. It's my pleasure and honor to be with you this afternoon in this forum that has been organized by AFI on innovation, which is really very close to our hearts. It's a main concern of UST right now. Our topic this afternoon is on biotech. Given the right conditions, biotechnology could produce the next wave of innovation in products and services across a range of economic activities in the health, agriculture, industry, and energy sectors. As we have seen from the experiences of other countries, having the right conditions is crucial in making biotechnology businesses flourish. From the national innovation system perspective, coherent and consistent policies should be put in place for elements of our biotechnology innovation system, on our research and education system, the business system, infrastructure, and the networking and coordination, not only between government and private institutions, but also, very importantly, among government agencies that deal with specific aspects of the innovation chain. The country needs an integrated innovation policy approach for biotechnology. In this context, may I cite the recent initiatives of the national government on these concerns. In her State of the Nation address last year, President Arroyo stated, "We have to have bold and well-funded research and development initiatives to become a player in the global economy. And this requires an increase in the budget for science and technology efforts." On August 14, 2006, President Arroyo had a meeting with Congressman Villafuerte, myself and other U.S. officials, Commissioner Puno and Chen officials, CICT Commissioner Saves, the presidents of selected state universities and colleges, and members of the Philippine American Academy of Scientists and Engineers, or PAASE, led by its president then, Dr. Gisela Concepcion. This meeting identified 5 action items, with the President giving her agreement in principle to all of them. One of these 5 action items is to proclaim and develop the 22 hectares in UP Diliman as the core S&T complex with technology incubation modeled after the Stanford University Silicon Valley, the Hsinchu Science Park in Taiwan, or the Singapore Science Park and the Biopolis in Singapore. This includes the technology incubation park that Ayala Foundation presently manages. Completing the science complex, which includes the Marine Science Institute, the National Institute of Physics, the National Institute of Molecular Biology and Biotechnology, the Institute of Biology, Institute of Chemistry, Institute of Environmental Science and Meteorology, among others, will cost about 1.7 billion pesos over 4 years. And early this year, the President approved the release of 500 million pesos as part of last year's supplemental budget for the initial funding requirement of the science complex. She also instructed DBM to allocate an additional 200 million for the implementation of the proposed comprehensive MS and PhD scholarship program, 100 million for the UST and another 100 million for CHEP. This will include MS and PhD scholarships to develop the country's R&D capacity in biotechnology. But for innovations to reach the marketplace, there must be a strong link between science and engineering. Hence, engineering capacity must be enhanced hand in hand with that of science. Realizing this, the President, in the first week of April this year, approved a project entitled Engineering R&D for Technology Consortium, which will cost the government around 3 billion pesos up to 2010. The consortium will consist of 7 schools of engineering and computer science, with UP Diliman at the lead. The support which the President has committed is for graduate scholarships and infrastructure development. The science and engineering complexes being built in UP Diliman with massive government support is envisioned to be the national hub for the generation and application of new scientific knowledge. We hope that it will provide a nurturing environment for scientists and engineers from the academe and the private sector to engage in multidisciplinary R&D work. We expect these initiatives to supply the needed manpower who will deliver the radical innovations needed to fuel the economy. In terms of the biosafety regulatory framework, we already have in place transparent regulations with clear application procedures, particularly for agricultural biotechnology. The responsibility for imposing these regulations lies with the National Committee on Biosafety of the Philippines, or NCBP, under the Department of Science and Technology and the Department of Agriculture. The NCBP has been tasked to assess and manage the potential risks associated with researches on biotechnology. It coordinates and harmonizes the interagency and multisectoral efforts to develop biosafety policies in the country and sets scientific, technical, and procedural standards on actions by agencies and other sectors to promote biosafety in the Philippines. Last year, the President issued Executive Order number 514, series of 2006, further is strengthening the country's biosafety regulatory system and making it the most advanced in this part of the world. The IRR for EO 514 is now being subjected to consultations and will soon be finalized. To further stimulate the exploitation of public sector by technological research, the DOST is preparing a legislative bill that will allow R&D institutions, even private ones, to patent results of publicly funded R&D, as well as to establish supportive infrastructure for startups, including legal, business, marketing expertise, incubator and technical facilities, particularly for the application of new technologies such as biotechnology. The government, through the DOST, continues to provide research funding support. This year, DOST has about 640 million pesos for R&D grants, more than twice our allocation in previous years. And 19 million of this amount has already been allocated for biotechnology R&D projects. We expect more biotech R&D projects to be approved next month after the CASTART, which is one of the DOST councils, submits the National R&D Program for Biotechnology. We are strongly supporting initiatives for cooperation and networking, such as through this innovation forum. We must aggressively create network linkages throughout the biotechnological innovation system, especially between actors in science and technology and the business subsystems. We fully recognize civil society as a major stakeholder and as a partner in ensuring that developments in biotechnology will go hand in hand with society's acceptance of it. Finally, we are also willing to dialogue with all stakeholders on the development of incentive schemes for private financiers to invest in biotechnology firms. The biotechnology industries, in order to grow and flourish, need the support of both the government and the public. We therefore enjoin all stakeholders and sectors to work together in giving biotechnology the chance to provide a better future for all Filipinos. So thank you very much. May hapon po muli sa inyo.